My boyfriend said I can't build a future with someone who has no ambition and left the same week I lost my job. He didn't know I'd already accepted an offer triple my old salary. 7 weeks later, he saw the announcement of my promotion on LinkedIn and texted, "Maybe we grew apart too fast." My reply ended the conversation permanently. I'm 36, and until 2 months ago, I thought I had my life figured out. I was with someone for 4 years. We met at a friend's wedding, started dating shortly after, moved in together after 18 months. He worked in pharmaceutical sales, made decent money, always talked about building wealth and having security. I worked as a senior software engineer at a mid-sized tech company. Good salary, but nothing extraordinary. We were comfortable, or so I thought. The problem started around January. He became critical. Not about specific things, about everything. My work-life balance was wrong. I wasn't networking enough. I didn't have enough drive. I spent too much time on personal projects and not enough time advancing my career. Every conversation felt like a performance review. I was failing. I tried explaining that I was actually happy with my work, that I was respected in my role, that I was being considered for a promotion, that I was interviewing with other companies for better opportunities. He'd nod, but his expression said he didn't believe me or didn't care. February 14th, Valentine's Day. I took him to a nice restaurant, made reservations weeks in advance, ordered champagne, the whole thing. Halfway through dinner, he started talking about his coworker who had just bought a house. He's only 32, he said, already owns property. That's great for him. We should be thinking about that. Building equity. We've talked about this. I'm waiting to see how this job situation plays out before we make any big purchases. He set down his fork. That's the problem. You're always waiting, always being cautious. Meanwhile, everyone around us is moving forward. I'm not being cautious for no reason. I'm being strategic. No, you're being scared. There's a difference. We barely spoke the rest of the meal. I paid the check, $200 I'd saved specifically for that night, and we drove home in silence. The real breaking point came March 1st. I got laid off. The company had been struggling financially, and they cut 20% of the staff. I saw it coming from a mile away, which is why I'd already been interviewing elsewhere for months. But he didn't know that. I came home that afternoon around 3. He was working from home on a video call in the bedroom. I waited in the living room until he finished. When he came out around 3:45, I told him, "I got laid off today." His face went through several expressions. Shock, then concern, then something else. Something that looked like disappointment, or maybe even anger. What happened? Company-wide cuts. 20% of staff. I've been expecting it. What are you going to do? I've been interviewing. I'll figure it out. When were you going to tell me you were interviewing? I am telling you. I've been interviewing for the past 3 months. I have a final round next week with a company that's offering significantly more than I make now. He crossed his arms. So you've been planning to leave your job for months and didn't mention it? I mentioned it on Valentine's Day. I said I was waiting to see how the job situation played out. This is what I meant. You didn't say you were actively interviewing. I said I was being strategic. What did you think that meant? He didn't answer. Just went back to the bedroom and closed the door. That evening, he barely spoke to me. Made his own dinner, ate in the bedroom, went to bed early. I stayed up late working on interview prep, going over technical questions, reviewing the company's tech stack. The next morning, March 2nd, I woke up to him already dressed and packing a bag. What's going on? I'm staying at my friend's place for a few days. Why? Because I need space to think. Think about what? He stopped packing and looked at me. About whether I can build a future with someone who has no ambition, who just got laid off and seems completely unbothered by it. I'm not unbothered. I'm prepared. There's a difference. You don't get it. I need stability. I need someone who's driven, who's going places, and right now, you're just not that person. I've been telling you I'm interviewing for better positions. Talk is cheap. Everyone says they're going to do something. Actually, doing it is different. He left. Didn't say when he'd be back. Just left. I spent that weekend alone finishing my interview prep. The final interview was scheduled for March 5th, that Tuesday. It was with a major tech company for a principal engineer position. The salary was $285,000 plus equity and bonuses, triple what I'd been making. I'd been through 4 rounds already. This was just a formality with the VP of engineering. The interview went perfectly. We talked for 2 hours. He loved my approach, my experience, my vision for their platform. By the end, he basically offered me the position on the spot. I'll have HR send over the official offer by the end of the week, he said. Looking forward to it. I got the official offer letter on March 8th, signed it the same day. Start date was April 1st. He came back to the apartment on March 9th. I was working on a personal project when he walked in. We need to talk, he said. Okay. I've been doing a lot of thinking about us, about the future, about what I need, and I don't think this is working. I need someone who's at the same place in life as me, someone who's ambitious and driven and not content with just existing. So you're breaking up with me? I think it's for the best for both of us. I should have told him right then about the new job, about the salary, about how I'd spent 3 months strategically positioning myself for this exact opportunity. But something stopped me. Maybe it was pride. Maybe it was the realization that he was breaking up with me based on assumptions, based on what he thought I was, not who I actually was. If that's what you want, I said, it's okay. He seemed surprised by how calm I was. That's it? You're not going to fight for this? You just told me you can't build a future with me. What's there to fight for? I thought you'd at least try to change my mind. Why? You've made your decision. I'm respecting it. He stood there for a moment, like he was waiting for me to break down or beg. When I didn't, he went to pack his things. It took him about 3 hours to get everything. I helped carry boxes to his car. We didn't talk much, just the logistics of who owned what. Before he left, he turned to me. I hope you figure things out. Thanks, you too. He drove away. I went back inside, sat on the couch, and felt relief, like I'd been carrying something heavy and finally set it down. Update 1. The first 2 weeks after the breakup were quiet. He didn't contact me. I didn't contact him. I spent the time getting ready for my new job, finishing up some freelance projects, reorganizing the apartment now that it was just me. My start date was April 1st. The first day was intense. Onboarding meetings, getting set up with systems, meeting the team. The company was impressive. Big tech name everyone recognizes. Incredible resources. My title was Principal Software Engineer. My team was 15 people. My office had windows overlooking the city. During lunch on my first day, my new manager took me around to meet people. He introduced me to other principals, senior leadership, even the CTO briefly. Everyone was friendly, welcoming, clearly happy to have me there. We're really excited about the direction you're going to take the platform, my manager said. Happy to be here, I replied. The VP mentioned you're starting some ambitious initiatives. We're fully supportive. That's great to hear. At the end of the first week, they announced new hires on the company LinkedIn page. Standard practice. Photo, name, title, brief bio. Mine went up Friday evening, April 5th. Please join us in welcoming Aaron, our new principal software engineer. Aaron brings 15 years of experience in distributed systems and will be leading critical infrastructure initiatives. We're thrilled to have her on board. I shared it on my personal LinkedIn with a simple caption. Excited to start this new chapter. I didn't think much of it. Just standard professional networking. Saturday morning, April 6th, I woke up to 17 LinkedIn notifications. Connection requests, congratulations messages, recruiters reaching out, and one text message from him. Saw your LinkedIn. Congrats on the new position. I stared at that message for a full minute. He'd broken up with me because I had no ambition, because I'd just gotten laid off, because I wasn't going places. And now, 4 weeks later, he was congratulating me on a position I'd secured before he even left. I didn't respond. Another text came through an hour later. That's a really impressive company. I didn't know you were interviewing with them. Still didn't respond. Then another. Maybe we grew apart too fast. Would be good to catch up sometime. That one made me laugh. Actually laugh out loud. Grew apart too fast. Like it was some mutual, gradual thing. Not him walking out the door because he thought I was going nowhere. I typed out my response carefully. We didn't grow apart. You left because you thought I had no ambition and no future. I already had this job offer when you packed your things. I just didn't see the point in telling someone who'd already decided I wasn't worth their time. Good luck with everything. Sent it. Blocked his number. Blocked him on LinkedIn. Blocked him on all social media. Done. Update 2. He tried reaching out through mutual friends. 2 of them texted me over the next week saying he wanted to talk, that he felt terrible, that he'd made a mistake. I told both of them the same thing. He made his choice. I'm respecting it. Please don't pass along any more messages. One of them, our mutual friend who'd introduced us originally, called me directly. He's really torn up about this. Okay. He didn't know you had that job lined up? I told him I was interviewing. He chose not to believe me. Can you at least hear him out? Why? What's going to change? He showed me exactly who he is when things get hard. I don't need to hear an apology. That's only happening because he found out I'm making good money now. That's harsh. Is it? He literally said I had no ambition and no future, then left. Now he wants back in because he saw a LinkedIn post. That's not harsh, that's just accurate. The friend sighed. I guess I see your point. I appreciate you trying to help, but I'm moving on. Please tell him to do the same. They stopped reaching out after that. Update 3. May came around. I was settling into my new role, loving the work, bonding with my team. The company culture was incredible. Collaborative, innovative, supportive, everything I'd wanted professionally. One evening after work, I went out with some colleagues for drinks. We were at a nice bar downtown, talking about a project launch we were planning. Around 8 p.m., he walked in. Just coincidence. He was with his own group of friends. We made eye contact across the room. He looked surprised, then nervous, then seemed to steel himself before walking over. Hi, he said. Can we talk privately? My colleagues sensed the tension and excused themselves to the bar. I don't think we have anything to talk about, I said. Please, just 5 minutes. Fine, 5 minutes. We stepped outside. He was wringing his hands, clearly rehearsed. I made a mistake, a huge mistake, he said. I was scared when you got laid off and I panicked. I thought you didn't have a plan, but you did. You were ahead of everyone. I should have trusted you. Okay. Is that all you're going to say? What do you want me to say? That I forgive you, that we can try again. I don't. He looked stunned. Why not? Because when things got hard, when I needed support, you left. You didn't ask questions. You didn't trust me. You just decided I wasn't good enough and walked out. That's not a partnership. That's conditional support based on how successful you think I am. I was scared. So was I. I just lost my job. But instead of having a partner to figure it out with, I had someone evaluating whether I was still worth their time. That's not fair. Neither is telling someone they have no ambition when they're actively building their career. Neither is leaving them because they're not performing up to your standards. You're saying people can't make mistakes? They can, and I'm letting you make yours without me. I walked back inside. He didn't follow. Update 4. June. He started dating someone new. I heard from a mutual friend, someone who was still friendly with both of us. Apparently it was serious. Moving fast. Ving. Good for him, I said. You really don't care? The friend asked. Not even a little bit. He talks about you sometimes. Says he regrets how things ended. He can regret it all he wants. Doesn't change anything. You're really over it, huh? I was over it the day he walked out. Everything after that was just confirmation I made the right call. Meanwhile, my career was taking off. The initiatives I'd started were working. My team was hitting every milestone. Leadership loved me. By mid-June, my manager pulled me aside after a planning meeting. We're creating a new director-level position, he said. Architecture and infrastructure. We want you to take it. That's a huge jump. You've earned it. You've accomplished more in 3 months than most people do in a year. The promotion came with another significant raise. I was now making more than 4 times what I'd made at my previous job, the job I'd been laid off from, the job he thought proved I had no ambition. I posted about the promotion on LinkedIn in July, kept it professional, thanked my team, talked about exciting challenges ahead, didn't mention him, didn't need to. Final update. It's October now, 7 months since the breakup. I'm thriving. My career is incredible. The work is challenging in the best way. I feel respected, valued. I bought a house, the thing he'd been so obsessed with. Modern 3-bedroom in a great neighborhood. Finally have space for a proper home office. I've been casually dating. Met someone a few weeks ago. He's kind, funny, doesn't evaluate my worth based on my job title. We're taking it slow. It's nice. I heard through the grapevine that he and his new girlfriend broke up. Something about him not being financially stable enough. The irony isn't lost on me. He tried to reach out one more time last month. Sent an email to my personal address, the one I'd forgotten to change. Long message about growth and mistakes and second chances. I read it once, deleted it, finally updated my email. I don't hate him. I don't really feel anything about him anymore. He was right about one thing. We did grow apart. He just got the timeline wrong. We didn't grow apart too fast. I grew, and he stayed exactly the same. Still measuring people by their income and status. Still confusing ambition with someone's willingness to perform their success for his approval. The funniest part? He thought I had no ambition when I was at my most ambitious. I was playing chess while he was reading the scoreboard. He just couldn't see it. Someone asked me last week if I'd ever get back together with him, if he really changed. No, I said. Not because I hold a grudge, but because he showed me how he handles adversity. When things got tough, he ran. I need someone who stays. That's fair. Besides, I'm happy now. Really happy. Why would I go back to someone who made me feel like I was never enough? I wouldn't. And I won't. That's the whole story. He left when he thought I was down, found out I was actually up, wanted back in. I said no. Simple as that.